Welcome back to Be Kind Fair, your home for exploring the truths that matter. Today, we're diving deep into an issue that affects every single one of us, whether we realize it or not. We often hear about the problems facing our oceans, and the conversation usually drifts towards things like plastic straws or single-use bags. While those are certainly important issues to address, they represent only a tiny fraction of a much larger, more devastating crisis happening just beneath the waves. This crisis is silent, it's vast, and it's pushing our marine ecosystems to the brink of total collapse. We're talking about the industrial-scale removal of life from our seas, a practice so destructive that it's hard to comprehend its full scope. The heart of this problem lies in a practice known as industrial fishing. This isn't your local angler with a rod and reel. This is a global industry using technology and machinery that would seem more at home in a science fiction movie. Imagine colossal ships, some over 100 meters long, that are essentially floating factories. They deploy immense nets, so large they could swallow entire cathedrals, and drag them through the ocean for miles. These nets are not selective. They are designed for one purpose: to capture as much as possible, as quickly as possible. This indiscriminate method of harvesting is where the true tragedy begins, and it has a name: bycatch. Bycatch is the term for all the untargeted marine life that gets caught in these massive fishing nets. These are the animals that the fishing vessels were not trying to catch, the innocent bystanders in a war on the ocean's inhabitants. When you picture bycatch, you might think of a few extra creatures here and there. The reality is staggering. For every specific type of animal a fishing vessel is targeting, countless others are swept up in the process, doomed to a terrifying and pointless end. This includes some of the most intelligent and beloved creatures in the ocean. Pods of dolphins, known for their social bonds and complex communication, often find themselves trapped in these sprawling nets. They are air-breathing mammals, just like us. Caught deep underwater, unable to surface, they experience a slow, terrifying ordeal, often surrounded by their own family members who are suffering the same fate. Ancient sea turtles, who have navigated our oceans for millions of years, are also frequent victims. They get entangled in the lines and nets, and in their struggle, they become even more ensnared, unable to reach the surface to breathe. These gentle giants, who have survived dinosaurs and ice ages, are now facing extinction because they were in the wrong place at the wrong time. It is a heartbreaking and senseless loss of life. The scale of bycatch is almost impossible to visualize. We're talking about hundreds of thousands of whales, dolphins, and porpoises killed every single year. The number of sea turtles and sharks caught as bycatch reaches into the millions. These are not just numbers on a spreadsheet, each one represents a thinking, feeling being whose life was violently cut short. They are mothers, fathers, and young ones, part of intricate social structures that are being torn apart. The industry often refers to this as unintended or accidental catch. But when a method is known to produce the same devastating results time and time again, can we really call it an accident? It's an accepted, and horrifying, part of the business model. The creatures caught as bycatch are rarely useful to the fishing operations. They are considered waste. After being hauled onto the ship's deck, they are often crushed under the weight of thousands of other animals. The survivors, often grievously injured, are simply shoveled overboard. A dolphin with a broken fin or a turtle with a shattered shell has little chance of survival once returned to the ocean. They are left to perish slowly. This relentless assault on marine life is having a catastrophic effect on the ocean's biodiversity. We are systematically emptying our seas, not just of the species we target, but of the entire web of life that supports the marine ecosystem. Sharks, for example, are a crucial apex predator. They keep other populations in check and maintain the health of the ocean. Yet, tens of millions of them are killed as bycatch annually. Removing sharks from the ecosystem is like removing the lions from the Serengeti. The entire system falls out of balance, leading to a cascade of negative effects that ripple through every level of the food chain. The sheer efficiency of modern industrial fishing is its most terrifying aspect. Technologies like sonar and GPS allow fishing fleets to track schools of marine life with pinpoint accuracy, leaving them nowhere to hide. Huge nets, sometimes stretching for over a mile, scrape the ocean floor, destroying ancient coral reefs and delicate seafloor habitats in a practice called bottom trawling. This is the equivalent of clear-cutting a rainforest to catch a few birds. The destruction is absolute. These habitats, which take centuries or even millennia to form, are reduced to barren rubble in a matter of hours. They may never recover. All of this leads to a chilling and scientifically backed prediction. Some of the world's leading marine biologists and environmental scientists have analyzed the data, and their conclusion is stark. If we continue our current industrial fishing practices, our oceans could be virtually empty of fish by the year 2048. Let that sink in. Within the lifetimes of many people watching this video, the oceans could become vast, empty deserts. An ocean without fish is not just a sad thought, it's a global catastrophe. The ocean is the planet's primary life support system. It regulates our climate, produces more than half of the oxygen we breathe, and absorbs vast amounts of carbon dioxide. The complex ecosystems within it are what allow it to perform these vital functions. By removing the life from the ocean, we are disabling the very system that keeps our planet habitable. The problem seems so immense that it's easy to feel helpless, to think that one person can't possibly make a difference. But that's where change always begins. It starts with awareness, with understanding the reality of what is happening out of our sight. It's not just about the plastic straws. The single biggest threat to our oceans, the primary driver of biodiversity loss and ecosystem collapse, is industrial fishing. When we know the truth about bycatch, when we understand that the pursuit of certain marine products is directly responsible for the deaths of millions of dolphins, whales, and turtles, we are empowered to make different choices. Our choices create demand, and the industry responds to demand. By shifting our consumption and supporting initiatives that protect our oceans, we can collectively send a powerful message. We can choose to support a world with living oceans, a world where dolphins swim free and sea turtles continue their ancient journeys. The power to change the future is in our hands. The year 2048 is not a distant, abstract date. It's a deadline. It's a warning from the scientific community that we are on a dangerous path. But it is not a foregone conclusion. We can alter this course. It requires courage, it requires compassion, and it requires us to look beyond the convenient narratives and face the uncomfortable truth about what our habits are doing to the planet. Let's start the conversation. Let's educate ourselves and others about the reality of industrial fishing and the tragedy of bycatch. The fate of our oceans, and in many ways, our own fate, depends on it. Thank you for joining me on Be Kind Fair today. If you found this information valuable, please consider subscribing to the channel and sharing this video. Together, we can spread awareness and be a voice for the voiceless creatures of the deep.